military deployment in the vulnerable areas of the South China Sea. Philippine and Australian forces teamed up in Manila's westernmost province for Exercise Alon 2025, Canberra's largest deployment of troops to Southeast Asia since the 1999 East Timor crisis. Around 3,600 personnel from the Philippines, Australia, Canada, and the US kicked off the second iteration of the Australian-Philippine drills last week in Palawan. The island province borders numerous South China Sea flashpoints that have seen several incidents between Manila and Beijing. We're proud to conduct our largest overseas exercise with the Philippines and continue to build on our close cooperation, Royal Australian Navy Vice Admiral Justin Jones, Chief of Joint Operations, said at Alon 25's opening ceremony. Exercise Alon 25 is an opportunity for us to practice how we collaborate and respond to shared security challenges and project force over great distances in the Indo-Pacific. Australia has emerged as a key backer of Philippine military training and modernization amid recent tensions in the South China Sea stemming from Beijing's contested regional claims, which include most of Manila's westernmost exclusive economic zone. Troops, aircraft, and vessels from the Australian Defence Force have routinely joined increasingly complex and larger American-led exercises in the Philippines, such as Balikatan, in recent years. Compared to previous drills, Exercise Alon is primarily a Philippine-Australian affair. Activities during this year's iteration will be focused in Palawan and Luzon, with notable drills including a combined joint force entry operation and massed airlift of Australian troops. The exercise is set to conclude next Friday. A ground combat element from Marine Rotational Force Darwin are participating in the drills, Captain Johnny Fisher, a spokesperson for MRFD told USNI News. The Marines are from Fox Company, 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines. The Australian-based Marines are forward-deployed air-ground task force that has been rotating companies from the battalion to the Philippines for exercises across the archipelago throughout the year. Fisher also highlighted MRFD's flexibility with Marine Medium Tilt Rotor Squadron 363's rapid shift from humanitarian efforts in the northern Philippines to supporting Alon 25. 4 of the squadron's MV-22B Ospreys, which were previously deployed to bring supplies to storm-hit regions earlier in the month, are set to ferry troops in an aerial assault exercise. Canada is also set to expand its defense cooperation with the Philippines through its maiden participation in Alon 25 with HMCS Ville de Quebec FFH 332. Royal Canadian Navy frigates have frequented Philippine maritime exercises in recent years amid Ottawa's increased defense cooperation with Manila. Ville de Quebec joined Philippine Navy flagship BRP Jose Rizal, FF-150, and Australian Aegis destroyer HMAS Brisbane, DDG-41, to sail together in the South China Sea. The ships are expected to hold joint drills and live-fire exercises, acting as a combined maritime task force during Alon 25. Among the most significant differences between the first and second iterations of Alon is the composition and size of the Royal Australian Air Force Air Task Group. USNI News understands that the 2F divided by a -18F Super Hornets, 3 A-18G Growlers, P-8A Poseidon, and C-130J Super Hercules of the task group are expected to support maritime live-fire and ground attack drills during Alon. The drills come after a week of high tensions in the South China Sea following multiple incidents and encounters around Scarborough Shoal. There was recently a collision between a People's Liberation Army Navy destroyer and China Coast Guard cutter, a water cannon incident, the interception of a Philippine aerial patrol by a Chinese fighter jet, and the first American freedom of navigation operation since 2019.